everything about David. And he had been so much recognized that whatever he said, it was as if God spoke. Do you understand? So Ahithophel was the man to counteract, not Absalom. Let me say this. What is troubling the church here is not all the physical issues that we are bothered about. There are things that is the driving force behind this rebellion. And God needs to get friends whom he can give wisdom. Do you know that it was David that was giving wisdom now to Ushai on what to go and do? Did you understand that? He was telling him, said, look, Ahithophel is the man that you need to counteract. As long as Ahithophel is standing behind Absalom, we can't get him. And can you imagine how Ahithophel was wicked? Absalom had gathered a host. Ahithophel said, let me tell you something. Absalom said, what is it, sir? He said, look, as long as you have not done something that will prove to the children of Israel that you have made yourself completely obnoxious to your father, they cannot follow you wholeheartedly because they still believed in your father. And they know that if you see your father, the two of you can reconnect. And they will be in trouble. So they won't follow you until you do something that will make them know that you have actually rebelled against your father. Absalom said, what is that? He said, what to do is that bring all the wives and the concubines of your father. Bring them out. We will arrange a gallery for you. And in the presence of the children of Israel, you are going to commit incest with each one of them in their eyes. Once you do that, they know that you have defied yourself and that you and your father can never reconnect again. Then they will be ready to die for you. And you see that wicked wisdom. Wickedness. He was driving Absalom to do things that is an abomination. Something that will make it impossible for there to be reconciliation. Now, do you know that there are certain things that have happened in the UK that is even making some of us, genuine believers, to conclude that God can no longer have mercy on this country? Do you know that? Thank God for a people like sitting here. But I want to tell you that there's another group of people in this nation. They are not expecting revival. They are expecting judgment. What they are saying now is that the church in the UK has gone beyond repairs and that God is going to replace it. And because we have seen all kinds of atrocities, we have seen Sodom and Gomorrah replayed in our very eyes. Am I correct? And something is telling people, many people, that there's no hope for the church here. There's no hope for the church here. They are finished. Let's forget it. Let's be more reckless. Let's go to any extent that we can go. But I want you to know that there is an Ahithophel behind it. The people are not as wicked as you think. Do you know that the media is a strategy in this country? Do you know so? Do you know that if you are watching the media, it will appear to you as if 90% of the citizens of this country are homosexuals. So that you will be imagining in your heart that there is no hope, that everybody is terrible. It's not true. It's the Ahithophel strategy. It's Ahithophel. Ahithophel has come, he said, let us bring you to the platform. Let us. Can you imagine that? And there is one bishop who says he's an homosexual. And in less than 24 hours, his own story went all over the whole world. Let me ask you, are there no pastors in this country who are living right? Are there not tens of thousands that have not bowed their knees? Are they not here? They are. But Ahithophel say, let us hide that. So that those that are undecided about whether they will follow righteousness and go with David, who are in between and they are still majority, let's give them an impression that everybody has gone after Absalom. So that nobody has courage to stand for the right again. It's a strategy. It's a strategy. It's a strategy. Do you know, as I'm talking to you now, there are several girls in this country that by the grace of God, they are still virgins. Do you know that? Many girls. They have not defied themselves. But you know what is happening? Every time they flip the internet, the news media is saying, are you outdated? Everybody is doing it. Why are you the last to join Absalom? So the young girl, he said, oh, maybe something is wrong with me. That's why I am not feeling like I better try it. It's a strategy. It's not true. It's not the truth. There are young boys that have not in any way, they have not rebelled, but they have not made a decision. They are in between. And they are greater than those that are misbehaving. But you know, Ahithophel said, let us bring you to the platform. Let us project you that you have done something and the whole Israel have seen it. So that in their heart, they will have concluded that there is no other way of righteousness in the land. It was a strategy. And I'm telling you, brothers, that the Holy Spirit is speaking very expressly that you should know there are 7,000 that have not bowed their knees. Thousands. And the eyes of the Lord is upon them. You know, we were reading Isaiah 65, and the Lord said, in the cluster of this grape, there is a blessing in it, so I will not destroy it. There's a blessing here. The church, the uncontaminated church in the UK is still here. It's here. Can I tell you something? When in the history of this country have you seen that there are more evangelical pastors in the Anglican church? Eh? Now we have more evangelical pastors than those that will serve high mass. But you know, Ahithophel said, don't let people know that there are loyalists behind David. And you know, even when we stand up to preach, those of us that want to promote revival, we don't speak correct things. We are adding to the publicity of Ahithophel. We are supporting the publicity of Ahithophel. And so when people come, they say, oh, he's hopeless, you know, we are not there. And those who wanted to stand say, well, what am I standing for? When God himself has concluded that there is no hope for this country. There's hope for this nation. There's hope for this nation. It's not as bad as the devil is painting it. It's not as bad. There's hope here. And you know why the devil is doing that? It is to demoralize those who will stand for David. And if those who will stand for David, if they actually stood, you will discover that Absalom is a minority. But their publicity is so overwhelming that they are saying, there's nowhere else again. There's nothing else again. Everything is finished. So, I want you to know that God is placing you there. He said, go back there. Go back there and stand for me. But you will stand in a strategic way. Don't be foolish. Go there. I want you to be counteracting Ahithophel. Don't fight Absalom. Can you imagine the issue now? Now, here is Absalom. He's the man that we think is taking decision. But this is the power move. We say, like this. Do like this. Do like this. So, I want you also to come and sit like this. Also as a friend of Absalom. Are you understanding strategy? You are also a friend of Absalom. When Ahithophel speaks and he has given Absalom an idea, you know what you should do? Tell Absalom and say, Kai, that look nice. That look nice. But do you know that if you go that way, your father is not a novice in battle? I don't think that advice of my friend Ahithophel is actually going to work. Ahithophel, you forgot that David is not a novice. I think it should go this way. You see, the battle is over an undecided Absalom. But you see, something has happened to us. We have decided to go away, also into exile. So, this man that is in between, you know, the whole of this nation is just like this. Just like this. It's just like this. It's just like this. If you go into the village, you will see thousands of British people. Even though they are not going to church, they have not become Muslims. But you see, when the Ahithophel propaganda comes, say, oh, Islam has taken the whole of Britain. Oh, Islam is a threat. Hey, Islam. So, and then, instead of talking of Jesus, we begin unnecessarily to add to the publicity of Islam. You don't know that it's Ahithophel at work. In my little journeys in this country,